Hi guys, it's Fentony. This is going to be my Daenerys Targaryen video based on all the spoilers that we've gotten so far and based on a new article by Entertainment Weekly that was released a few days back. So just be careful for spoilers in this one. As of the season 6 finale, Daenerys is on her way to Westeros by sea, and we don't know how long it's going to take her to get there, but I think she'll be there by episode 1. Entertainment Weekly talk about Daenerys making Game of Thrones a whole new show. Her arrival has a rippling effect throughout every storyline, and they talk about the end game. Daenerys has a huge army. The Unsullied, Dothraki, Yara's Ironborn, the Dornish, the Tyrells, and of course the Free Dragons. Drogon is huge, but we're not too sure about the other two, Rhaegal and Viserion. I think they'll be roughly the same size, just a bit smaller, but they'll be big enough to cause major damage in Westeros. If you look at it, how can Daenerys lose? She's got the biggest army, and the Free Dragons just change everything. Aegon the Conqueror conquered Westeros with Free Dragons and a relatively small army. From everything we've seen, we can assume that Daenerys is going to land in Dragonstone and hold a meeting that's about how to remove Cersei from King's Landing. We assume that Yara's Ironborn and the Dornish will go by sea, and then the Tyrells, who will be feeding Daenerys' army and giving troops, will be on land. We have seen the Dothraki fighting on horseback, and we know the Tyrells are going to fight the Lannisters with the Tarleys. The Unsullied look like they're going west to Castle Rock, and the article does mention a battle scene with dragons, and an elaborate sea battle between Yara and Euron. Entertainment Weekly talks about Daenerys' particular brand of violent heroism. I have a feeling that some people in Westeros will see Daenerys as a foreign invader. Some people in Essos felt the same way. I know she's born in Dragonstone, but, she's lived all her life in the East. We know Daenerys is eventually going to meet Jon Snow, and we've all been waiting for this since season 1. We assume it's going to happen at Dragonstone when Jon Snow comes south to forge an alliance, but also to get some dragonglass to fight against the White Walkers. We also assume that Daenerys is going to tell Jon, bend the knee and I'll help you fight the White Walkers. But then again, we also think that she's going to ask him for proof about them, so that doesn't add up to me. Daenerys asking for proof about the White Walkers seems to bother me a bit. She's got 3 dragons, and she's seen all sorts of magic, so why does she need proof? Does she not believe him? Is someone convincing her otherwise? I've always said this, and this article kind of backs it up. Tyrion will be key to keeping Dany under control and stop her, Dracarysing everyone in sight. Entertainment Weekly talks about Tyrion reining in Dany's fire-blooded impulses, and then stopping Dany from pressing the big red button. Dany could easily send in all 3 dragons into King's Landing, and it'd be over within half an hour. But then again, it would be like Harrenhal. They would just burn everything to the ground. There'd be so many deaths, and the people would just see her as, a mad queen. You're just like your father. The article does mention Drogon going on a bender again, just like he did in Meereen. Dragons can't be tamed, and we've seen this in the past, but the dragons, and especially Drogon, have a great bond with Daenerys. But what happens if Drogon and the other 2 dragons fly off again, and cause major damage in the villages and towns nearby? Just like in King's Landing, it would cause so many deaths, and the people would not want to get behind Daenerys. The article then talks about Dany without her dragons, and that she'll lose her upper hand, and is rendered more vulnerable. She still has a huge army, but what is the Dragon Queen without her dragons? I really don't want the dragons to disappear again. We've had that storyline, with Drogon flying off and the other 2 dragons, being locked up and refusing to speak to their mother. Drogon is definitely the dragon that gets the most screen time, and there is theories that one of them might die. I think this would be a great way for Dany, to suffer a big blow and take a hit to her confidence. There are theories out there that when the dragon does die, and that's if it does, it's going to be resurrected by the Night King and be turned into an ice dragon. I do like this in a way. I'd really like to see ice dragons, and you can see by my profile that I love dragons, but this seems a bit too fanfiction-y for me. It could work, but it depends on how they do it. Dany's path to the Iron Throne seems easy at first, but I'm sure there's going to be lots of twists on the way. So what do you think about Daenerys' path to the Iron Throne? Will it be too easy? Will she just beat Cersei and then claim the Iron Throne for herself? Or like me, do you think it's going to be a bit more of a struggle for her? Will she do something stupid like press the big red button and just send the dragons in? Will someone betray her? Will she underestimate Cersei? But I'm sure Tyrion will stop her doing that. Or will her dragons cost her big time? Will they go rogue, or accidentally destroy some of her army? Or even Dany might Dracarys too many people, and they'll just hate her. Daenerys is really polarising in the fandom. Some love her, and some can't stand her. I'm a Daenerys fan, but sometimes she can be really annoying, especially when she gives her speeches on dragons. I'm really looking forward to Daenerys in season 7, and I love the new outfit. She's always had dragon inspired clothes, you know, with Targaryen badges and jewellery, but this time she's went full on Targaryen, you know, with the black and then the red cape that looks like scales. So leave all your thoughts down in the comments below, and if you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you guys could leave a like on it, as it really helps me out, and then subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.